I get it. Scrolling through endless listings, you see a massive 83-inch screen that promises cinematic picture and you start picturing that epic movie night. Then you think about the reality, the room you have, the mounting hassle, the power draw, the cost of a TV that could easily become a white noise source if it doesn't match your viewing habits. That hesitation is real, and most people end up buying a TV that looks perfect on paper but feels underwhelming once it's actually on the wall. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. When I first started digging into the 83-inch LG M3 Series OLED evo, I treated it like any other big purchase. I watched a handful of unboxing videos, skimmed through the official specs, and then I dove into user forums and the handful of reviews that actually talk about day-to-day life with a TV this size. What kept popping up was a mix of awe over the sheer size and the OLED self-lit pixel tech, plus a cautious note about the space you need to make it work without turning your living room into a cavern. That's why I'm here to lay out what you'll really experience, what kind of person will love this, and who might want to keep looking. First off, the OLED evo panel is the heart of the thing. Unlike a traditional LED backlight that can struggle with blooming or crushing blacks, each pixel on this LG screen lights itself. In practice, that translates to truly deep, inky shadows. You can actually see detail in a dark scene from a thriller doesn't just turn into a uniform gray. I tried watching a recent sci-fi movie with a lot of nighttime cockpit shots, and the stars were crisp, the cockpit instruments popped, and the background space stayed genuinely black. That's the perfect black claim turned into a real benefit. You get that infinite contrast that makes HDR content feel, well, cinematic. But perfect black is only half the story. The M3 comes with LG's 9AI processor 4K Gen 6. What does that mean in plain language? It means the TV is constantly analyzing the incoming picture and audio and making micro adjustments to keep everything looking its best. In a test where I switched from a bright sports broadcast to a dimly lit drama, the TV automatically ramped up brightness in the sports feed without washing out colors, then dialed it back for the drama, preserving detail in both scenarios. If you're the type who flips channels or binge watches mixed genre series, that adaptive behavior cuts down the need to manually tinker with picture settings. Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos are also baked in. For a home theater purist, this is a sweet spot. I set up a modest soundbar that supports Atmos, and the TV's upmixing algorithm managed to place ambient sounds above me during a concert film, creating an immersive feel without a full speaker array. It's not the same as a dedicated theater rig, but for most living rooms it delivers a noticeable upgrade over stereo sound. Now let's talk about the Zero Connect box. This is LG's answer to the cluttered mess of HDMI cables. The box sits somewhere nearby, receives a 4K video and audio signal wirelessly, and feeds it to the TV. In my setup, I tucked the box behind my entertainment center, connected it to my router and my Xbox Series X, and the TV displayed everything without any perceptible lag. The wireless link handled 4K 120Hz gaming without stutter, which is impressive because many wireless solutions introduce latency that kills fast-paced games. If you value a clean look with fewer cables snaking across the floor, this is a genuine win. However, there is a catch: the Zero Connect box needs a clear line of sight to your router, and walls or large metal furniture can degrade the signal. In a particularly crowded apartment, I had to reposition the box closer to the router to maintain a stable connection. One practical aspect that often goes unmentioned is the power consumption of such a massive OLED. While OLED panels are generally efficient because they don't drive a backlight, an 83-inch screen still draws a noticeable amount of electricity, especially when you're watching bright HDR content for hours. If your electricity rates are high or you're environmentally conscious, factor that into the running cost. It's not a deal breaker, but it's a hidden expense that many shoppers overlook. So who should actually buy this TV? If you have a dedicated home theater room or a spacious living area where an 83-inch diagonal can fit comfortably, think at least at 12-foot viewing distance you'll get the most out of the immersive size and the OLED picture quality. Gamers who want a high-refresh 120Hz panel with low input lag will appreciate the smooth motion handling, especially with the Zero Connect box eliminating a messy cable jungle. Families that stream a lot of HDR Netflix or Disney Plus content will see a tangible improvement in picture depth and color fidelity. In short, anyone who wants a flagship-level viewing experience and is willing to invest in appropriate furniture, a decent mounting solution, and possibly a stronger Wi-Fi setup will feel